19. Sorry, we're slightly late, just waiting for everybody to come and gather. Thank you, Effie, for coming. We could even skip to talking to you since you're here now. And hi, Karen. And Braden, I don't know who you are, but hi, welcome. Fun. Or no, let's go in order. Doesn't matter. It's the order really. That this is so far at the bottom. I feel like I want to skip it up. So, if everyone objects, I think we go all the way. We go down to new business first because Effie's here. I think we just had sort of kind of questions, but it kind of got answered where DOT got back saying that it's in draft, so they won't give it to us yet.
No, it wasn't DOT, it was DDC.
Or DDC finally admitted, right, that they did it, but it's only a draft, so they won't show it to us yet. Which I guess means at least it will exist and we will be shown it. So will that come before us or just go, do you guys have to approve it or they just have to write it?
So we met with DDC, and I'm sorry, I'm commuting from another meeting right now.
No
But
problem. Thank you for joining with me.
yeah, it's okay. That's fine. My understanding is that our Bureau of Environmental Planning and Assessment, who handles, stormwater permitting, et cetera, had a meeting with DDC reps last year. And it was to review a preliminary plan, is my understanding. Um, and typically, DDC, for these types of projects, DDC submits the SWPPPs, right? For example, in this case, it's a DOT-led project, so it's on DOT's behalf with their sign off. So like I said, we met with DDC's design and consultant on it. Um, and they were, they're supposed to get back to us with, whatever final, the final SWPPP. So far, they haven't submitted one to us.
And just my question though is it just a matter of them submitting it, or is there a level of approval where you have to agree with it or say that that is fine?
Well, I guess for the initial meeting to be had, right, was for us to review what preliminary information they were pulling together. Um, you know, uh, they were asking, about portions of the project that could support post-construction stormwater management practices. Um, we reviewed what they had at the time. Um, their drawings and things like that. But right now, we don't have an actual SWPPP on file for this project.
I just would like to, this is what I asked DDC. I asked to be raised at the last traffic and transportation meeting where 254th Street was on the agenda. I wrote, given the site's hilly topography, questions were raised at the September Environment and Sanitation Committee regarding DDC's stormwater management plan for capturing stormwater runoff to reduce flooding, erosion, and pollution. I said, please ask DDC to discuss their SWIP and most importantly, email it to the board office. Now, I wasn't at the meeting when I tried to follow up. There was nothing for comment that they don't have it. And then from today's email, it seemed that instead of asking DDC, we should be asking DOT as the lead agency. That's what I just, did we ask the wrong party, Effie?
No, this is a DOT-led project, right? So we were trying to find out who would be responsible for putting this through. But like I said, right, typically DDC does the submittals of SWPPPs. And for example, this is a DOT-led project, so it would be on DOT's behalf with their sign off. And I guess, my understanding is, and I may be wrong, but this project disturbs greater than 1 acre, which is why a SWPPP would be required, I believe.
Right, that's what we believe. That's why we were sorry. I'm not, surprised. This letter, I signed it myself and Karen and, Dan.
Yeah.
That we don't know what our next step is and the timeline of what we should do. And that's where we want guidance,
Right,
right?
and they seem to act like beginning of next year, they would have.
Yeah, I think Janelle
Okay.
responded in the,
Whoever replied to that last email.
Okay.
It was the right one finally. We kind of got bounced around.
Right, let's
yeah,
just.
it's okay. We were trying to figure out because
Right.
somebody was saying
DDC is who
from
responded.
DDC that it was not on them. So we were going back and forth trying to figure out who would do the submittal. It's been established it would be DDC. And I believe Janelle's last email said that they don't have one finalized yet, right? Let me see.
Right, they said that they hope to provide an update in the new year.
Right.
Now, is it a chicken and egg? In other words,
Can I
the
just ask a
design-
question?
yeah,
Yeah, sorry, Karen.
So does the SWIP include erosion and sedimentation
I
control?
don't have the specifics, Karen. I don't
Because
have.
it's gonna be a terrible construction job. And we really need to know how they're gonna do it and make sure that they don't, it already is flooding at the bottom of the hill.
Mhm. Definitely, please raise your concerns with DDC on it. And I'm sure, they will follow up with your office on that.
I think it does. I mean, it's right. I mean, all of their plans did. I mean, they're redesigning I think you're adding capacity to the sewer. They said they were increasing, like they were gonna run new combined pipes along
Right.
like the whole
Each
street.
And I think I'm not, tell me if I'm right. This is the place where there's 4 drains at the bottom of the hill?
Well, it's what will ultimately happen. And they're gonna add new catch basins and new tree plantings and they're hoping, hopefully new tree boxes or rain gardens or something. And that's all gonna be hopefully part of the final.
And when this is all
design
done, this is gonna be
comes
close
first.
to cars.
Wait, the
right?
design comes
You don't know.
first and then the SWIP? Or the SWIP and then the design, like what's the, you know what I mean? Like let's start with the chicken and the egg and.
I think if the community board office follows through with Janelle or someone at DDC, her last email stated that the SWPP is not available to share to the committee tonight as it is still in draft form.
Okay.
Please feel free to contact us later and we can discuss providing an update to the committee. So I don't have the particulars on it. This was a last minute request that I finally found somebody to give me at least this information of who is supposed to submit it. And it is DDC, and it sounds to me like they're on board with it, right? They just don't have it available yet or have any particular information on it yet.
Well, thank you so much for looking into this. We were kind of.
You said the lock.
There's road work going on there right now, is that what that is?
It might be like,
They've got plates on that 254.
oh, it might be to be preliminary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one. I don't know what the.
Cause I had to go over
Express.
the other day. Yesterday.
I didn't know that worked, sorry. Sorry about that. I never worked this particular thing
It
before.
was me, I didn't hear the first bunch. Sorry. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi, yes. Zaibu?
Yes, hi, it's me.
Do we have any other questions for Effie?
I don't, so if you don't have to stay on forever, Effie, thank you for coming and right.
I
helping
do. I
kind
have
of
one more
facilitate
question.
that interview. Okay, Karen does have another question. Sorry, yes.
So-
yeah.
Is it, Laura, isn't this the place where they have 4 drains that to pick up the water at the bottom of the hill?
That
Yes,
are always
That
clogged,
is-
yes.
Right, so right
Yes.
now, the condition, even before the construction, Effie, the condition is very severe.
Right.
Is that gonna be built into the new project?
and those 4 drains were not DEPs, but DEP at
Put
the,
them
a few
in.
years ago.
And Effie took care of it, yeah.
Took care of it. Yeah.
So those are private drains?
The drain on it, they were.
It could be a private, is it a private drain, Laura? Laura,
We were told it wasn't DEP's, maybe it was Metro North's. We wrote to the state about it, you had a contact, and then at the end of the day, DEP came out and, cause they were totally clogged. It was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, just before the
Yeah, I
overpass for the
vaguely
yacht club.
Mhm.
Effie, is this bringing any
I
bells?
vaguely remember it, yes. I
so
think,
Yeah.
it's very severe, and so, I'm like, is it part of the same project? I mean, you don't have to answer, but that's the question.
yeah, I don't have the particulars on this project with me right now, yeah.
Okay. Well, if they don't take the water, if they don't absorb the water as it's coming down the hill, then they're gonna have to take care of what's at the bottom of that hill there.
Would DDC come to the ENS committee, or do we go to the TNT committee when they present there? What, do they?
Probably.
Didn't they
What-
present
what-
to the board already? I thought they presented already, no?
They've been
They have,
presenting for a
but-
couple of years now.
Oh, okay.
But not, the environment piece was not addressed.
Right.
So I'm
exactly.
saying we should look at the stormwater plan, because they don't have that knowledge.
But we don't know when that'll be.
Well, but now that we know who to contact,
Mhm.
let's keep in touch with that. So, right, let's
Right.
get and review it when it appears early next year, maybe in the new year. So that they can see
Follow
some.
through with DDC. If you need anything on my end, please feel free to reach out, and definitely I'll look into it. Mhm.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you and be well.
Have a good
wonderful
Thanksgiving,
holiday.
Effie.
Thank you, you
Happy
too. Thank you
Thanksgiving.
so much. Thank you.
Do we have a quorum?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So right. We can.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay,
We've been recording.
okay.
Okay, so we did our discussion of stormwater plan for West 254.
Yes, we did.
Okay, and
Our new business. We can approve. Has everybody looked at the minutes from September 17th?
yes,
Which have lots of links and thingies, because that's more fun. And because we talked about a lot of different things. You wanna request trash bins or, you know,
a motion to approve the minutes?
I second.
The only thing I would say is that my name is missing, that's all,
Oh, well, that's
Oh.
great.
and I was here.
okay, so I'm sorry about that, I didn't get the list, the sign-in list. Usually Artie scans it and sends it to me, and as part of it, I said to him, I was like. And maybe it's because it got lost and we made
You
it
know
up.
what Ed does? He takes a picture of everything.
I know, it's sort of,
For public safety.
Artie's great,
I know,
reading this recording,
right.
love you, Artie, but. I didn't have it, so yeah, sorry about that. Okay, so we'll amend it and I'll add you.
Approval as amended,
Yes.
okay,
Okay, all in favor,
yes.
approved. With your name on there, sorry. Good, perfect, done, report.
personal. I don't know.
Good. Chairperson's report is, I printed articles you can read, they'll go around, they'll be linked in the minutes and, you know. There you go, entertainment, for the most part.
Yeah.
On unfinished business, we have Laura here reporting from the Broadway corridor walkthrough, which she did on Halloween. If that's what she wants to do on Halloween, just walk up and down Broadway,
Well, they were giving
talking to
out
businesses
candy.
and get candy. Sort of the perfect day to do it, most fun day to do it, at least.
You were there, right? No,
I
you weren't
wasn't,
there.
but I
Okay.
would agree that that's probably the most
Right,
fun day to
okay.
do it.
All right, so-
Representing us and
Yeah.
probably also.
Well, there were representatives from public safety and special committee on racial equity and we were sanitation and there were, many MTA problems. I think did I see garbage? I saw garbage, but the
Candy wrappers.
the fact that there was so much garbage trapped by all the MTA equipment and barriers that would then blow all around and, would I say, and we went to the little stores and of course, everybody complained because there's no parking and you can't walk and you know what I mean, you can't cross the streets and so many
Yeah.
intersections, there's issues. So.
So luckily, some of that will be temporary. They'll
yes.
eventually move
Yeah,
along
yeah.
and do
And then I
parts
think
of the
Don't
trash.
screw up another
The-
neighborhood.
Wait,
Yeah.
the businesses should be reminded that they're responsible for 18 inches into the street, but
Mhm.
but it could have been
Was
worse.
anyone like surprised by that? I imagine that came up as you went along.
Well, yeah, the committee was trying, there were people there was someone from sanitation, but she dealt with private sanitation. From a business, not,
Right.
and they were concerned about theft, they were concerned about security, they were concerned about homeless in the doorways, in other words, the purpose of this was for us to observe, yes, and talk to them about issues, but to them, they hadn't been ticketed, like if there was a blitz or something, I'm sure they would have complained, they didn't complain about that so much as other issues, security and whatnot on Broadway. I did see a lot of trash kind of in bags and getting loose and making a mess outside of Marble Hill. Where they have their fenced in area, but that
Yeah.
is not New York City sanitation, that's their own
That's NYCHA.
sanitation. That was kind of the worst mess that I saw, and I said, well, that's not New York
Because that's just a
City.
gathering. Then they take the trash from there in like a.
Okay, so you know what
They
I'm
have like a
talking
pickup truck.
about.
They like back it up and they put it all there and then they drive it around to like those dumpsters that are across from Target.
The
And
NYCHA
then-
housing by
yeah.
Target.
Yeah. So there's a couple of those, but there's that one on Broadway, like around, there's places where the buildings deposit their trash and then they'll collect it
Right,
around.
so-
And I assume the buildings all have like trash chutes too, but that is just like extra resident trash. I don't
Right.
know.
Right,
But yeah, they collect it. They do deal with it, but as you say, not maybe right away, so it has time to blow away or
I
it
wonder how
overflows.
long.
There's like a whole bunch of
the other
cans though.
thing is, because of
So
all
they just
the.
have to do it more frequently. Or have even more cans.
Right, I wonder how long the
My daughter used to go to
The
nursery
frequency
school right
pickup.
there, so I would see them doing it, and it seemed like they were going around
Marble
every
Hill.
day. Yeah,
yeah,
and it seemed like they did it every day. It's just, I guess there's a lot.
right, it's just gonna sit.
trash,
You know
Yeah,
what I would imagine, every intersection, if they're working on 238, 231st, 230, all the intersections and everywhere along Broadway. I don't think sanitation would do their regular cleaning of the street. And I think that doesn't help either, I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
because they have to go around any equipment.
There's so much and there's so many like angles and stuff like that, we could barely walk it in a single file to get anywhere, so. I think that Broadway is a mess now, I'm hoping it's temporary,
It seems like sanitation should be able to put, they have the ability to have, I think they call them sweepers or whatever, they temporary help that they hire with brooms
Oh, yeah.
and shovels to go.
Well, or as
They
you
hire
say,
them to shovel snow,
This-
they
this-
hire people.
well, the MTA should do it. They should sweep around their own things. If they
Yeah.
have like that thing there that says, like lane closed, the like flashing, like that
Mm-hmm.
sign, and then there's a bunch of cones and there's some barrier around it, right? That becomes just like a pen
Yeah,
of.
right.
That's what I kept seeing.
I remodeled my bathroom this summer, and at the end of every day, my construction people picked up all the trash and mopped the hallway of my apartment building, like down the apartment building
Mm.
hallway. like with a map, they would go down the hallway of like,
Good for them.
Very old school, very old school. Yeah, you don't have to see that too
But
often.
right, they were,
Yeah.
instead of just leaving.
no,
it
I'm
as-
just saying,
yeah.
so like what would it look like if at the end of every day and
MTA swept up and then,
swooped up?
Yeah,
and they
I'm
should.
just saying.
they'll
That's-
clean up their
that's
stuff.
a-
Not only
I can hear my
That's
mother
for
screaming,
Tina
clean up
bring up,
after
maybe.
yourself.
I know,
Yeah,
I'm
it actually
asking
isn't
to get
sanitation.
my
Right,
stretching
right,
or
not
something.
Especially
sweep
once
up,
it's
but
closed.
wet it so that the dust and debris.
Right.
We
I don't know how
have
much dust they're
Some
sending.
years.
But
Well,
I don't know what they're doing.
Just very dirty.
Yeah, well, they're blasting the,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
repainting whatever, the elevated tracks.
Well, what we could do is we could send any suggestions to Debbie Allen. You know, that she might wanna, because she has MTA come to them to TNT.
Right, yeah. So, right, yes, I think so.
Just to backtrack, tomorrow night is TNT. I think that we don't need to, we've gotten our answers about the SWIP, and I don't really need to pursue that at the meeting. Because I think that,
Yeah,
I don't
that's,
need to-
that's for next year.
I'll give you the night off, honey.
wait,
Exactly.
Steve Fruit can't make the meeting, and he's very concerned, he wants one sidewalk, not two, so he asked me if I could discuss the design of it, which is not your, your
Right.
committee.
I know, well, and some of that is
No, I
gonna come
had-
down to this too.
Two fish
But-
and bagels.
Well,
I mean, so, I know I know he's not here, sorry, Stephen. His concern is he thinks what it's gonna make the road too narrow.
it's true.
That would be heavy.
Well, but, so right now,
It's not as good.
how many lanes are there in each direction?
There's a lane in each direction.
Just
It'd be
one.
a lot less.
Two people, 254th Street, lane in
It's
each
just
direction.
one lane in each direction,
And
right?
it's narrow.
Oh, yeah, it's, when they're done with this,
But they're still saying it would be two 12-foot travel lanes in each direction.
Well, is it because they're taking so much land on the sides?
Yeah, so I don't think the sidewalks are impacting the actual roadbed width. They're not touching that, they're
that's what we were afraid of.
buying,
I heard about this 20
they're
years ago.
buying land
People have
from
no
the
idea
front
they're gonna lose.
edges, well, they'll pay for it though. They're buying land from the edges of all the properties, the fronts, lawns and whatever. I don't know, and then along the wall,
Well, some of that is city property,
Right,
because the
yeah.
street is not to its fully, what it's.
well,
it's
and
not To its,
the
That's what I did.
the utility
They
lines
just came and.
go down straight into the road. Where normally those are in like the middle of the sidewalk, but because there's no sidewalk there are parts where there's like that stone wall, and then there's like a utility pole.
Yeah.
It's just in the middle of the road.
Yep.
So like, by having sidewalk there around it, like, it's kind of makes way more sense than the way it is right now.
well, I haven't been involved in the design,
that.
I haven't
I-
attended the meetings,
I don't.
In those
Actually,
emails,
that was the
yeah.
first community, when I first moved to the
Karen?
neighborhood, that was the first community
Yes.
board meeting I'd ever gone. My kids go to
Just
SAR.
walking.
They
Okay.
walk up that hill,
Oh, yeah.
they walk up that hill every day, along with however many other students. That was literally the first community board meeting I ever went to when I first moved to the neighborhood, like 8.5 years ago.
Wow. So exactly, it's.
And I
it's
remember
maybe
sitting
gonna
there being
happen.
like, what is going on here? And like, and 8 years later, like, it's still, I can't believe it, like, that it's still a topic of like,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So it's a
I think-
big
I think
thing.
we
Yeah,
have,
no,
I think we
yeah.
have to, I think we should take a stand that we would like to have, we would like to get a response from the DDC concerning not only the SWIP, but the erosion and sedimentation controls that they're going to look at. And somebody should look at the construction and see whether or not they're taking care of all of the water. Well, that would be in the SWIP. If the water.
Well, that's it, and I
That's
think
it, we don't
they
have to stop
acknowledge
there.
that they wanted to do that. The original, like even the 2023 presentation said that they would want to control the flooding and add drains and extra trees and like to mitigate that. And so I think that's all part of this plan, we just haven't seen it because it's in draft.
And
So I
I think
think
we
we
should
gotta
send a
have to-
note to the agent, to the department, to the TNT committee, that they should not approve anything until we see that, until the community board gets that report, both of those reports. Because it's
Definitely.
gonna be a disaster.
Could you be on tomorrow night?
Robert, I can try.
Because it's very difficult for me tomorrow night.
Bob?
Bob, you can talk.
Yeah, hi everybody. I just wanted to ask if anyone has formally requested the stormwater report because
Oh, yes,
T&T
so we got a
told
Yes,
me
response
we
back.
did, yes.
It's DDC got back to us that it is only a draft right now, so it's
Okay.
not available to show us, and that they hope to have it in the new year.
okay.
So
And
that's
did
their timeline.
has it
hopefully.
been formally announced? I heard offline that the one sidewalk proposal is rejected.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about that, but I mean, their plans from every presentation I looked back on shows two. I'm not
Okay.
as worried about the two sidewalks because I feel like they're gonna take encroachments on both sides. So they're adding, they're adding like space to do that. They're not taking away like out of the road. to
See,
make
it's going to be
sidewalks.
very hard for us because we won't be given alternatives. One of the way you assess environmental impacts is to have apples and oranges, and we won't have that. So we're not going to be happy with what we get. So we're going to have to create demands for for lack of a better word, irrigating water because it will destroy the road again, and it will destroy the railroad station like it has before. So we can't be satisfied with sewering the way they have it. And the other thing, Daniel, I wanted to see is the sewer report, the clearance, just so we have that, because the DEP has signed off on the sewer project, and so they should have some evaluation of capacity there.
Right. I mean, the plan, they're adding capacity. They're redoing the sewer there for that whole stretch.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would hope and be optimistic that compared to now, anything they do will be in the right direction and will be with the goal of improving it.
I don't know. I think they're happy with sewers. They don't care about green infrastructure here in Riverdale, and they need to interrupt the water. I mean, that's all there is to it.
I mean, I agree, and they need more of it, but I think they kind of said that. I mean, they listed it as like things they were
What's that? Green
wanting to
infrastructure?
add to the plan. Yeah,
Okay.
that was like listed in their presentation. It was just a matter of like doing the evaluation of like what is feasible, and I
Yeah,
think
and what the
hoping
load is,
that's
what the
will
load is
be
of
in the
water.
stormwater plan.
Okay. So thank you, Dan. Thank you very much.
Dan, are you gonna be able to make the TNT tomorrow night? Just, or no,
On Zoom, yeah.
on Zoom?
Yeah, yeah.
That's, if I could make it, I would be on Zoom, but it's questionable whether I can make it. I mean, it would be
Yeah,
on
we
Zoom.
should have an ENS contingent there, definitely.
Well,
Do I hear a volunteer?
Yeah, I'll pipe in. I'll listen.
Thank you.
But as a community committee member, you
He
are,
can ask the question.
you are
That's the important part.
representing
Exactly.
the ENS
Definitely.
committee.
I can't represent the committee. I'm just going to report
Yes,
to you.
you can, you're a part of the committee, you're a community
He
committee
can
member.
further the values of the committee.
Yeah, you
anyway.
can.
And Dan,
You can't.
you're going to be there, so you
I
can
will
give
try,
our
yes,
business.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
If you can't, let me know, and I'll just be able to. Karen, are you going to go?
I don't know.
That's fine.
We have to testify tomorrow in City Hall, and
Oh.
that might go on for hours, and it's just very difficult for me tomorrow night. A week before Thanksgiving, I got 20 people coming. I'm just like, this has been a hard week. I would like to go, but I can't, that's what I'm saying, I don't know.
But at least you got a fresh turkey. You don't have to deal with it.
Yes.
For the chance, the USO was giving away lottery tickets to Aladdin. We're probably not gonna get them, so then I can go, but if we do get them, then I can.
Then you're gonna go see Aladdin.
Yeah, but we have never gotten USO lottery tickets, so
Oh.
it's
Okay, no worries. Well, it's fine. I mean, are they talking about this specifically tomorrow?
I do believe it's on the agenda.
But
Yeah, we
the
should check.
stormwater plan is not there, so it's not really that urgent.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like, even if they're gonna talk
Just that
about
they
it.
don't approve it, that's all, that they don't approve anything, that they just tell them they're
Let
waiting.
me look.
I mean, I don't think there's anything to approve at this
Okay.
stage, if things like this are still in draft, I'm sure the plans aren't finalized
If they-
either then.
Just like with the city of Yes, yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no
So I
environment-
imagine if it's on the agenda, they're only gonna talk about it of just like what the plans are currently or what the status
Bob,
is.
did you pull up the T&T?
I know, I was
Let's see
gonna-
what
I,
that
that's
is.
what I was.
That's what I
looking
saw
for.
two people doing it
I don't
faster
think
than
it
me,
came
the
out
younger.
yet.
Oh, it has to be.
Okay,
It-
so
it-
who's-
it-
Oh,
no,
here,
It
oh,
has
it
to.
came out on 10/10, or 11/10, sorry,
Yeah, it's 254.
hold on one second.
Let's just be clear.
here,
Yeah. So it
There you go.
says,
Discussion.
yes.
Discussion with
Or
DDC
DDC
on
on
West
West
254th
254th
Street
Street.
Safety Plan. Yeah, that's it. It's on the agenda. It's the first thing.
Right,
for
just
the minutes.
discussion, it's not like it's up for
Right.
a real
Okay,
vote.
and then there's a discussion with MTA.
no, so I'm saying we
Yeah.
can bring our, like,
Question,
if they're
yeah.
talking safety, we can bring our environmental concerns there.
Yeah.
The other thing is to relate
Thank you.
to Deb our concerns, you know, to share with her, to keep her what we're looking into and the
Yeah.
responses, because I don't think she's on this, you know, any of this, so I think it would be a good idea that this is, we're interested in the environmental aspect and that this is what we know so far, and we hope that her committee won't approve anything without, you know, being fully briefed on that. Did I hear or I didn't hear that they would come to our meeting?
I didn't hear
DDC.
that.
No, I
They
mean,
would, we
I
have
don't
to
know,
address
if
it at TNT.
we could attempt to invite
Right,
them, but I
right.
think it would be whenever they.
Well,
can,
once we read it, once we see it,
Well, right,
we will have comments, you know what I mean?
exactly.
Right, once we have
Well,
it.
we
see
should
it.
have them come to the meeting. We should have them come to the meeting and we should
But
get
that's
the,
after they
Yeah.
issue the.
we should
So
get the
I'll
thing
have
first so we
I'll have
can
the
read it,
office
right?
Invite them to show us it when it's ready. And maybe they'll,
Could they present that to our committee?
why not?
Yes.
I don't see why not.
I think that's a good idea.
Even if that's not normally a department that we're
Mhm.
inviting, well, in this case, it fits.
No, it's a switch,
Yeah.
so.
So I think that's
We're
perfectly
only,
fine.
we're not inviting DOT, we're inviting the DDC. And
Right,
so.
I would invite
they're the ones
DDC
that
to
are
show
building
us the
it. Right,
stormwater prevention
Right.
plan.
Which DOT is the lead agency in actually,
But the
Doing
DD,
it.
she said DDT.
DDC.
DDC
All right.
handles it for them.
all right, I think.
Yeah,
But you
no,
know
we'll
what? We
ask
should have
DDC.
asked Effie for a copy of the, Bob is right, the sewer plan.
Well, she said she didn't have it with her anyway.
No, no,
We
no,
can send
but,
her-
but she should show us that.
Okay,
On
Because
my own.
Are they putting new sewers in?
Yes.
yeah.
And they're increasing the capacity of the combined sewer, the whole thing on that whole stretch.
Yeah, we should look at that.
Obviously, and I think I imagine that will be a whole big part of the stormwater prevention plan, will be detailing all of what they plan to do there. And then we'll go
Okay.
from there, and then we'll be, and if we can invite them to present the stormwater prevention plan when it's done,
Right.
then great, and then we can ask them any questions we want.
Because if they're increasing the capacity of the sewerage.
And adding
sewer pipes,
more drains and
then that
adding.
percentage would be an increased percentage of what they.
Flooding
yeah.
is huge over there.
Yeah, so I mean, they want to increase it because, right, it's obvious that it's a problem. And that once they're doing all of this work and they're digging up the street, they just should do everything that they possibly can.
Did you have a comment?
Is what it sounds like.
I had a question.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to know what DDC meant.
Design. Department of Design and Construction or something that.
Yeah.
Yes,
They,
that's it.
the agencies no longer do the projects themselves, so they have an agency that's like a subcontractor that does it all.
They're
Well,
doing the design.
especially when
they do
it's
it-
more than one agency at a time.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
they,
Because this
and the
involves the
DDC
Department of
is the people who are in
Transportation,
charge of
who's redesigning the road.
Okay.
They do
And
it.
DP,
With
redesigning the
DOT.
sewer.
That's a good question.
And
DDC
whatever
owns
happens
that.
buys the land from everybody,
Okay.
so they can put
They-
it
If the
in
job
the
is
front
done, they're in
lawns.
the win.
But you know what?
And
I'd
if-
rather have a sidewalk there.
This and that, you can.
I would
cry
like
all
a
you want.
sidewalk, but it
but
could be
they
on one
also-
side
they
and take less
I don't know, maybe
land.
put it on the other side, you could have more drains on that side
I
too.
can drop this down.
I feel
This
like
is
it
the New York
helps the
City
whole
list.
thing maybe be
City
better.
list of
Oh,
assets.
And the
that
erosion,
works
because you
great.
have like a
I
metal
have
curb
iPhone.
and then a sidewalk. The edge of the road, because you have like the sidewalk like anchoring it. and the water can flow down until it gets to the next drain. Like, I feel like a sidewalk on both sides makes it more robust, probably.
There will be a quiz though.
I'm not as stuck up on the
I don't know.
sidewalk. I think that's fine, because I feel like that could benefit it. Cause then you have room for more like a tree box, you know,
Thank you.
along the sidewalks too.
Yeah, I just found it so hard to believe that these people are accepting this. I mean, you know,
They
they
have
have with
to.
front yard, I know,
Got it.
but
I mean,
Alright.
they'll walk on that sidewalk, they'll benefit from the new sewer and everything, the new hookups to their
well,
house.
when you had a front yard like from here to the wall, and then it's gonna be, they're there.
Yeah, so they take whatever it is, 10 feet, I don't know. Probably isn't even that much on each side. They drew the lines, there's pictures.
Spoken by somebody who doesn't live in the
I know,
house.
I know, well,
I'm there. Never mind. He lives in a house.
I have a house,
Yeah, he lives in a house.
Oh, you do?
but there's no,
No sidewalk?
I mean, there is sidewalk.
You don't have a front yard though, right?
No, no front yard,
Yeah.
it's just sidewalk.
I,
I have front yards,
Okay,
but it's,
so-
a lot of it's not mine.
it's around the time when we invite sanitation to come talk about the snow plan. It's about, you know what I mean, like.
I mean, so I was thinking, right, the next, you can,
What do you
I
want
mean,
to-
unless. we wanna
Also,
talk
the
about-
budget,
We
when I.
can talk about budget, I have the budget, we wanna talk about budget?
Well, the thing is, we definitely wanna have, I'm sorry that we didn't remember to ask, Effie, although DEP never gives us a list, where sanitation gives us a list. I think that when we invite sanitation, we can tell them in advance that we wanna update our budget, and this is what they told us last year, or what we got, or
Right,
didn't
because they
get,
tell us something.
and do we still
Don't put
need
that
it?
on the.
You know what I mean? I
they're gonna
think
give
that
us
that would be a
you know.
good-
Well, because we've only submitted our budget requests last year, got submitted in whatever May, which are financial year 2027 requests. We will get the responses to those requests
In
early
February.
next year, right, like around February.
February, yeah.
So truly, that is
Yeah,
when we
you're
will
right.
more be discussing it, because then
You're
we
right.
can go off of the
Yeah, I mean,
responses. In some cases, if they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that, well then great, we
Yeah.
don't need to request it again. Or we'll know how to.
no, I
move it.
definitely agree, the new budget chairs
Yeah.
that start putting
I
it
know,
on.
he did, well, that's
and
because that's because David told him that, and that's not, because that's what he
I will
likes.
not comment.
Yeah. So we talked about it, it's on our
Right,
agenda.
we talked about
We
it.
talked about it.
We talked about our timeline, that we're going to
Exactly.
be looking at forward to the agency
Exactly.
responses in February to our
Yeah.
last requests. Okay, so
As for the Better Bottles bill, I support these versions that I wrote here.
could you, have you sent us the better bottles bill?
I'll put links in the thing, there's a whole site talking about it, but the issue is like, it's kind of not going anywhere. There's two competing versions of it, where a couple senators put in another one that they're trying to confuse us with, that does not double the deposit. But does like redirect the money to like some other things to try to like sound good. But I feel like that misses the whole point of the original one, which was to increase the bottle deposit from 5 to 10 cents and expand it to like all bottles, not
And-
only
If I'm correct, they
certain
come out
ones.
with a new number in January. In other words, these bills,
Right,
right now,
so
they're.
you kind of have to
they're
wait till what
fluctuating
comes
and
out
twin-
next year.
Yeah,
Cause the
No,
four
this
loans-
January, no, this January is a continuation of their, they have a 2-year term. So they don't actually come up with a new date, but they might move it into the committee more. I mean, it's premature. We should leave it on the agenda and put it down as old business, you know, for sometime in the spring.
Right.
And do they give any kind of accounting, what happens to the money?
Well, that was part of it. Part of it was
Because
expanding
what's
it.
happened, no, what's happened to it now, that this has been in effect, you know, for 25 years or whatever. What has been the end
more
result?
than 25 years.
Well,
I mean, I'm
just
sure it
saying.
was always supposed to go somewhere.
Right, that's what I'm saying, but where does it go?
Oh, I know, where does New York Bottle Deposit go?
Right,
I think it's for like recycling or something.
That's easy to find out.
yeah, well, I just, you know, cause.
Like the
before
line-
you
I
double
don't think the state gets any of that money. It's just goes in and out. They charge it, they get it back. This,
Yeah,
the-
it's just like to get people to recycle more, basically,
Right,
and to give the
right.
bottles back.
right.
It's just
The-
incentive to.
The
I don't trust
companies,
the
the
state,
companies
sorry.
are making money because not every bottle comes back.
Right.
Oh, right, the idea would to be make it 10 cents and make more types of
So
beverages
if you would-
available.
if
Which
I-
is great, cause like, why isn't not these, like, why don't Snapple bottles?
Oh,
have
right.
those or whatever?
Why is your vodka bottle not recyclable?
Yeah, right, but they all are recyclable, they don't all have deposits.
Okay, so if I was
So
to
you just
Google
bought your
Senate
giant-
two three
Yeah,
seven,
you'll find both,
assembly,
yeah.
I'll find
Yeah.
both in it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll put the
That'll
link,
be
there's a
great.
whole website,
Mhm.
advocacy, ad,
I'm bad for that. I try not to come to these.
they're advocating,
Mhm.
advocacy group, talking about it, that I could link to, but, right, exactly, we're kind of a little premature until they're back in session in January anyway. And
Right.
see what actually gets like put on the agenda.
Committee for about 35 years.
Okay, so you were gonna discuss.
Well, I was gonna say, so
meeting in
next, right, December, the next meeting is scheduled for a month ago. And I
December
was thinking,
17th, yeah.
right, I was thinking maybe we skip the December meeting
I
and meet in
second that.
January.
I agree.
We're all
I have
55.
tickets to hear Andrea Bocelli, so I can't make it in any event.
So there we go, we have to light candles,
Yeah, no,
It's like-
I would second that,
So I think we
meeting in
skip
January.
December. I feel like everything we talked about tonight, we were like, well, really, we have to talk about this next year, or that's coming out next year, whenever it happens next year.
Yeah, because
And if something else comes up, I mean, we always deal with things
Right,
in real time,
I
but,
agree.
and we'll try to make the TNT meeting tomorrow. And otherwise, okay, so I'll tell the office. And we'll cancel the December meeting.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, no, I mean, does
Oh,
anyone have
yeah.
any, is there any other new business, any other things anyone wants to say? Now's the time to say them, before we stop recording.
Oh, and by the way, you could have the snow people come in and just update the district manager so that we know what happens in case it snows before we meet again. Like, we don't have to get the report.
Yeah, that's true, but it's 2025, it doesn't snow before
Okay.
January 1st anymore.
February.
Before February, yeah.
Okay.
So it's barely getting
football
cold.
games in the snow from when I was
I
young.
don't see the emails, but I don't know if
Yeah.
any complaints have come in.
No, there hasn't
About
been.
rats or about this or about
My gosh.
sanitation, or in
I
other
don't think
words.
really.
You don't have.
Has everyone been putting their trash in containers? One of the
I
articles that I'm passing around, has
That's
everyone
fine.
gotten their
Okay.
refund check from what they paid for their New York City bin? No, because you live in an apartment, but,
I would, it's a co-op.
okay, well, you don't pay for your trash bins in the same way, like individual units. But you guys do, but the new wheeled bins.nyc that you have to buy, starting in June, you'll have to use them
Oh,
for
wow.
Yeah, I have
houses 9 and under.
I
I
got,
everybody else in this community live in a house.
I got something that.
I don't know.
I can get a.
I have no idea where Steven
I
lives.
got something from sanitation.
Probably.
He lives in a
Okay.
house, he lives in a house.
That's
It
fascinating.
means we have a lot more interaction with sanitation as a result of that. Cause we're putting it out ourselves, they're collecting it from us, we have to bring the cans back in. We're now required to use specific cans. But after making everyone buy the cans, and you can still buy them,
OCD.
I got a check for the amount I paid for my bin back. They
That's
like
what it's
mailed
supposed
out
to be.
refund checks to everyone who
nice.
had bought the bin
I
online.
didn't get one.
What bin?
So if there's, I mean, they're rolling out, I guess, but in the order that maybe you bought your bin at like bin.nyc?
Yes, I bought my bins, all three of them. And on top of that, they're giving me tickets for the bins being out after a certain time. They wrote me a ticket 2 weeks ago because
That's
when
terrible.
when they take the garbage, they take it after I already have to go to work. I have to be at my office at 7:30. The sanitation is picking up the garbage at 9 a.m. Sometimes they come late at night. And they gave me tickets. They wrote me tickets for my empty bins being out
Nuts.
and the bins that I paid for.
Well, we should invite sanitation and.
And they're giving us tickets for not only the garbage inside the bin, but if say like the bins can only hold 2, maybe 3 bags, 2 big bags, maybe 3, they're giving tickets for the bag if you have an extra bag on the side. They're targeting a lot of us because the apartment buildings on 197th, they have no bins at all. They're not getting
Well,
tickets.
cause they're not required to have bins yet.
But so why would I get a ticket for an empty bin? An empty 30-gallon bin that I bought?
Right,
Or why would I
so,
get a ticket because I have a bag?
There's a way
Where
to.
do you, so are you in Kingsbridge?
Yeah, Kingsbridge Heights. I'm on Claflin in 197. Even my neighbor, I watched the guy in the window. He refused to look at me. My neighbor had a mattress on the side of her home on her property, not at the sidewalk, wrapped up. The man gave her a ticket because she had a mattress and a plastic waiting on the side of her house. That agent is targeting us on our street. He's not giving everybody, only certain houses.
Didn't we hear
Did somebody take a picture of his
this-
ID?
yeah, this happened-
No, I know who he is though, but there was a time a couple months ago, there was another agent who came who he confessed and told me. He said, his colleague that was giving me, I asked him his name and I knew he was gone. And he said, yeah, they made him force retirement. He confessed, he said, do you know that guy was writing tickets from the desk? Because I said, yeah, it was weird that I was getting tickets not on my home, and I was getting tickets for 2 or 3 different years in the same sentence. He said he was writing those tickets at the desk. The man told me right out his mouth. He said he was
Well,
writing
if
them
you
at
have
the
this
desk, so
guy's
they
name,
forced him to.
you could write an email into the board.
I
Like,
did.
this guy does,
I
like-
wrote the mayor's office. I
Did you
sent you
send it
guys
to the
an
community
email.
board? Did you send it to the community board?
Yeah, I did already. That time when yeah, I did. I
Last
sent you
time,
guys
but
2
what about
emails.
this time?
No, not this time, but
Send
I
it
sent,
again.
but nothing. I even sent it to the
Wait
commissioner
there.
when Tish was still, uh,
Yeah.
Trish was still
Because
the
there is a
commissioner. I sent it
timeline
to
that
the
technically after the
mayor's
collectors.
office. Nobody does anything, even sanitation tickets. You
Stupid.
I've
pay
never
them
seen that.
and
before.
you're paying the
And exactly,
tickets
it's
and they bring the
impossible.
tickets
And
back.
they can come late. They can come at any time.
Yeah, they pay
And
the
the past
ticket.
2 weeks, they've been coming like a whole day and a half later because they were
Yeah.
late because there were holidays on Tuesdays.
No, we
Yeah.
put our garbage out on
We had
Thursday night.
garbage out
Sometimes they
on
don't take it
Monday.
till
They
Saturday
collected
morning.
it Wednesday night. Wednesday
They never took
night.
mine today. The whole rest of my block was serviced. My can is sitting there with the trash in it. I just put it in and I'm like, I'll put it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we have too many
So-
trash pickups in my
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Co-op's
So,
not
so
looking
now
fair.
what my mom suggested,
I'm saying
and I
we
didn't
all
want to
mess.
do it, I take my trash cans in the back by my garage. But now I just got fed up and I just put them behind my fence because I was like, I don't know when they're gonna feel like giving me a ticket. I just saw a nice long 2-foot long ticket taped to my blue front door, and I was like, wow. And
So
I
it doesn't
pulled
help,
over.
but technically only the trash has to be in the bin and the compost. The recycling, if it's in bags, you can if you're like about to go to work, you could just take the recycling out, put the bag on the sidewalk, and bring your bin back in, and just
Well, we
that's fine.
should just bring the sanitation guy to the next meeting in January.
But I
Right.
mean, I don't know. You can, but
If it's snowing, they won't
I
come.
don't know if they're even going to do anything because even me, there was a period where I paid $1,500 worth of tickets. Do you know they activated all those tickets? They brought them right back on my account. They're active again. Like I never paid for them. I cut them like a $1,450
Who's
check.
your
They
council
brought them all
person?
back. My council person is Parina Sanchez, and she doesn't come
I
around
would
here.
bring it all into that office for their constituent worker. You know what I mean? They have constituent work.
Really, they
deal
should
Yeah,
be
with
able to help. Get paid.
agencies.
Paid to do
No,
so.
they
She
deal
doesn't
with
even
the
come around here.
agencies.
She doesn't even
I
come
was gonna
around here.
say, if only she cared.
Right.
Yeah, she doesn't. The
If only
person
she cared.
my assembly person I talk to more, his chief of staff and constituent service person a little bit more active, but senator, forget it. Council member, forget it. They don't even come around. Just on the only one is assembly. You could see he's a little bit more active, but council no. Even I've even reached out to what's it called it from the mayor's office for borough director, and they
Oh,
they
yeah.
don't they you text them, email, they're not even interested. So I know, but the secret is the ECB violations end up putting liens on your property. So I know that's what it is. I have people who work in the agencies. They said that's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. So, I mean, this is the battle. That's why I made sure I got on this call today because there's no win now. Empty cans tickets, full cans tickets. It's crazy.
I
So-
know. I have never actually heard of someone getting an empty cans ticket.
Yeah, I
'Cause
got
I've
that.
always-
I have it right on my table. I have it. I folded it and kept it there. And I called my mom. And I actually make my mother-in-law come all the way from 100 176th Street just to come to see if I have tickets while I'm at work or anything. I make her come all the way from there to come down here to see if I have anything on my door. Or if, it's a lot.
Well, we will probably be inviting the Department of Sanitation to our next meeting in January.
Right, but
Okay.
they,
But if you
If
could
it's snowing, they
send,
won't come.
like, send a copy
Yeah,
of
but-
that ticket, send it to the community board office, so we have a record of that and some to bring up sort of like why they're, harassing you with tickets. Because they should be ticketing, maybe someone else.
Yeah,
Who's, adding trash or not picking up after their dog or not sweeping up
it's a lot.
their store, instead of, right, where you actually put your trash in the bin.
Well, what's concerning is that you said you paid something and it's being shown as active. That's a
Mhm.
computer glitch that.
I paid it
um,
when Eric wasn't in office. I paid it when de Blasio was in office. I paid these tickets. And
The
I
number
remember
on
I
the
cut
back
a
of the ticket.
$1,450 ticket and I left the 3 tickets for the sanitation supervisor who wrote me those tickets, who were like, it was like 2018 and then one was I think like 20 or something, and it was the same sentence and I was like, wow. And so that's why I sent it in. I didn't pay those. But those ones that I paid, when I type my name up in different ways, they're all active back. All of them. I was like, wow. They're
but you
all
have proof that
active.
you paid them, right?
I'm saying it again?
You have proof that you paid them?
Yeah, I paid with a check.
Yeah, so you have that canceled check, so make sure you find that in advance, because, you're gonna need to be able to establish that they're
Yeah.
double billing.
What a screw up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
terrible.
mean, it's, and then the thing is, then we weren't as techie and computerized as we are now. But I mean, sometimes it just, it's a lot going on. But I know they're probably gunning for our 2 families and 3 families on the block to eventually.
Oh, yeah, well, I know
That's what
that,
they're
yeah.
doing. That's
That's the
what
whole
I've been here
goal
20
of the
years.
city,
That's
yeah.
what they've been doing. And now the developers, they won because they were gunning for Webb Avenue and Claflin, and now they have they bought about 30 of them in the 2-3 blocks, 30 homes already. So there's no win, but I'm just
Put
like,
up these giant buildings, of affordable housing, $3,000 for a studio.
Can afford, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because it's affordable means what the developers can.
Yeah,
It
but
has nothing to do with what you can afford.
ECB is part of all of that. I know that because I was just like, why, we watch sometimes, it's crazy. Sanitation days, I sit and I have to be at work at 7:30. We sit at the window and watch them. We sit and watch them open the window, begging some of them the trash, and I have a hydrant in front of mine. So that makes it even worse because then they treat it like a garbage can. And we sit and watch them and beg them or watch, and we sit and watch to see if the agent comes back. And then we'll just see. And then sometimes I panicked yesterday because I had garbage sitting out and they picked it up just before I got home. And I get home at 4:30. And I'm like, wow, this garbage has been sitting all day. My mom said, I put garbage out on Monday. They didn't take your garbage till Wednesday when you were out of town. I was like, what? She was like, yeah. So it's rough. It's rough. It's rough. It's rough. Because you can't not go to work, just sit around for garbage. And it's kind of hard to prove because it's like, yeah. That's why when you were like refund checks, I'm like, they're giving me tickets for these cans now, for empty cans.
How much was the ticket?
I think it was $50. Because at first I was like, when they wrote it, it was like a 30-gallon can. So I'm thinking it's a paint can because I was like, we were painting. I was like, we didn't put any paint cans. And then when I thought about it, then it said receptacle, and I said, I got a ticket for my garbage can. And I looked at the time and I was like, I think they wrote it like at 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh, wow. And I called my mom. And I just told her she was just calling me now from Florida because I'm like, I'm on the with the community board. We're talking about ECB, and she's like, it's wild. So, and I was like, and I bought those cans, and I'm getting a ticket for cans I bought. Oh wow. So last night I just decided to put it behind. They've even got, they gave me a ticket once for garbage behind my fence. Yeah. I got a ticket once for garbage behind my fence. And so that's when we were like, okay, we take everything to the back. But you know, we kind of, we don't even know what to do anymore because the tickets keep coming.
Well, if you send copies of it to the community board,
Yeah.
you know, they'll have it, and we'll see if we can get something done. You know, because that's wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah, I mean
So-
it's a conversation. I'm a member of Spony too. So Spony is the small property homeowners of New York. So these are we have these conversations too because I tell them, we talk about it. The community board talks about it, but it's hard, when these properties and these tickets. It makes it a hard stay here. Really hard. Really
So
hard.
supposedly the refund for the bins should be automatic, though there is a way to request it. But they said it's for property owners who receive the star property tax,
Yeah.
which
exemption credit in 2024, 2025 are eligible. And that check should have been mailed by October 3rd. And I got one and I bought a bin
Oh, I didn't get anything.
day they came out, like last May or something. And
we didn't apply for it.
but otherwise, they said you can request reimbursement. So just if you Google, I literally just Google trash bin reimbursement, and there's a link there where you can request reimbursement, and you can request it by June 1st of next year, basically.
Bought it 10 years ago.
Okay.
But I think it will just be for one, whatever it says here, 65-gallon bin, whatever these are.
So only one, because I bought the black, the green, and the blue, all three.
Yeah, no, it's just for the black because that's the only one that's really required to be used.
Oh wow. Okay.
Cardboard and other recyclables can be put out in bags.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, I put them out in the bins so they don't get all wet. 'Cause the paper stuff would just melt because it's raining all the time.
Yeah, well, that's why
I'll
use the
put them in a
plastic
bin to be
bags.
lazy. I just shove all my cardboard into the can and put the lid on, put it out, and that's easier for me than actually bundling. But
I would need bigger bins.
yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
putting
You get a lot of cardboard.
My neighbor, she got hers when she ordered. Then they delivered. She ordered before me. I got mine. I paid, but then they gave her the smaller bins. But and then they ended up because her garbage, her black was really small, so they ended up giving her two. They gave her two black ones, like they knew they were too small. And I'm like, well,
yeah, well, they introduced a smaller size a little later that wasn't available at first. Now there's a 25-gallon also. That's a little mini one with wheels.
And you said it's by June 1st, 2026?
By June 1st is when you have to request reimbursement. Yeah.
I'm texting my neighbors now so they know, because they're the ones who, because that's how I ended up knowing I had to buy the bin, because I got a ticket for my
Yeah,
garbage.
I'll put this
before
link
the
in
bins.
the minutes too. But there's an NYC site,
Okay.
that has that talks about it.
All right.
But it
Thank
acts
you,
like it
guys.
should be automatic, but then they have a way for you to request reimbursement because you could equally have bought the bin at Home Depot. They sell the New York City bins at the Home Depot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So well, it was later. So people that did that, if they have the receipt, can still get the reimbursement. But it was supposed to be automatic for anyone that bought them directly from whatever the company is.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, or I don't know, something like that.
Okay. Thanks, guys, so much.
And yeah, send the other ticket and we'll talk to them about that because it does.
It's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
It is. And I talk because me
definitely-
and Debbie work in the same place. So,
And I think if you have
this ticket-
receipts of paid tickets, take that to your council member's office
Yeah,
because
and
there are people there who, with all of that, can
they're
help
being
you.
paid. They have paid staff. They're not there just to hand out campaign flyers, they're there to help constituents.
Serena's office not that active with us here. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks,
definitely.
guys. I'll
They
take
should
the
be able to help
advice.
you on that, because that's a mistake, obviously.
Yeah. Okay. I know her chief of staff. I'll maybe text her and discuss it.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
So I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
All in
Okay.
favor? Laura,
Okay.
well, Sue was in favor too.
Yeah,
Andrew?
Lauren's in favor, trust me.
Laura's in favor too.
Speak.
I can speak for her.
Yeah,
And my hand is up. Yes.
great, okay, Mason. Yeah.
That's it. Thank you.
60